Thanks for joining us once again and welcome back to part 5 of our Dubai adventure. In this episode, we cover Dubai Mall, the Aquarium, the Underwater Zoo, plus the Burj Khalifa and the fountain shows. For this video, you'll find helpful links listed in the video description below. Getting to the Dubai Mall and the Burj Khalifa by metro is relatively easy. Get on the metro red line, then get off at the Burj Khalifa/Dubai Mall metro station. From the DMCC metro station, it took about 35 minutes and was only 3 AED or $1 US. In order to keep visitors cool, there is a walkway that extends from the station all the way to the Dubai Mall, about a half a mile. As you can see, there are moving walkways along the corridor to keep energy loss at a minimum along the way. At one point, we got our first glimpse of the massive Burj. The walkway also takes you across roads that you would have otherwise had to cross outside. Here's our money-saving tip for this day. We bought combination tickets for the Aquarium, the Underwater Zoo, and the Burj Khalifa entry. Separately, the tickets would cost you $75 US. We paid only $60 US for the combination ticket and made a long afternoon and evening out of it. Part of the Dubai Aquarium can be seen from the hall of the Dubai Mall where we entered. The entry is located on the ground floor of the Dubai Mall, and the 160-foot-long aquarium tunnel takes you 36 feet under the aquarium surface. It's beautiful and mesmerizing watching fish dart and swirl around. Strange sharks and varieties of fish glide through the water, sometimes to pause above us in the tunnel. With capacity to hold over 2.6 million gallons of water, the aquarium is one of the largest indoor aquariums in the world, and it illuminates the marvels of the ocean floor, showcasing one of the most diverse collections of aquatic life. Rays fly through the water in spirals and figure eights without even flapping their wings. When exiting the tunnel, visitors climb 2 flights of stairs to the Underwater Zoo, which brings visitors up close with penguins, piranhas, crabs, water rats, seahorses, jellyfish, and more. This white-blotched Amazon freshwater stingray is captivating. This pig-nosed turtle is from northern Australia. The ugly garfish even looks picturesque as its surface reflection confuses the mind. This is a mata-mata turtle from the Amazon River in South America. Their bodies are rough and knobby. The head and neck are large and flat. The rough surface helps camouflage the turtle from prey. They drift and sway with the current in the water, making the turtle appear as if it were covered with weeds or algae. The details of this lobster are easy to see as he passes by this large glass bubble. These jellyfish look like exquisite lights with yellow filaments. Sea dragons were my favorite. They too flew through the water effortlessly. A new addition to the Underwater Zoo is king croc, regarded as nature's rare phenomenon and one of the world's largest reptiles at over 15 feet long and weighing almost 1 ton. Here, my husband fights with the replica. This is the real king croc and his crocodile wife, who've been together since they lived in Australia. The Tasmanian king crab looks as if he works out, beefy body and muscle-like legs. The arrow here points to one of his large black claws. The pineapple fish is an easy one to remember. Once you walk the lower floor, climb the stairs, and cross the suspension bridges for bird's eye views of the Underwater Zoo. The underwater zoo regularly hosts special exhibits. We saw the UAE Night Creatures exhibit, which showcases desert creatures in their dark habitats. The fruit bats were my favorite since they were so busy eating. As you exit, saltwater eels and starfish escort you into a souvenir shop before re-entering the halls of the Dubai Mall. We had lunch at a restaurant in the food court that overlooked the indoor ice skating rink. Raising Cane's is a fast food restaurant chain specializing in chicken fingers. It's founded in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which made us feel like we were eating back at home. After lunch, we walked around the mall to the other side of the ice skating rink. We were amazed when we saw how tiny the restaurant looked. It's nestled between gigantic billboards, as you can see in the yellow circle here. Before leaving the mall, we checked out the waterfall, a 72-foot tall water feature that has fiberglass sculptures of divers, and it traverses all 4 levels of the mall. Once we stepped outside, the Burj Khalifa took my breath away as it stood in front of us in real life. It's difficult to get the entire building to fit in the frame of a camera lens. Out on the walkway near the Burj Khalifa lake, the downtown complex unfolds before you. Our tickets to enter the Burj were for 4 o'clock. This means you can enter the queue line for the elevator at that time, which moves along at a reasonable pace. As you move forward, a collection of displays and facts about the building are posted along the walls to inform as well as to distract. The elevator ride lasts 1 minute at a speed of approximately 22 miles an hour as more information about the Burj is shared. This picture is taken from the 124th floor at approximately 1,500 feet up. It gives a sense of how much more building is above. The Burj stands as the tallest structure and building in the world since 2009 at a whopping 2,722 feet. Watch the movie Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol to see Tom Cruise perform his own stunts at 1,700 feet above ground on what was then the newly built Burj Khalifa. The fairly new downtown area has well-designed freeways and systems to keep people moving along. The building on the left that looks like a ship is the Address Sky View Hotel. The 2 towers are conjoined at the summit by an architectural sky bridge complete with pool and cabana beds. This is the stairway that joins the 124th and the 125th floors. Lighting and architecture create an art of their own here. I talked about this earlier in this video, but you can see the glass-enclosed, half-mile-long walkway in this photo. It has 10 airport-style moving walkways and runs to and from the 2nd floor of the Dubai Mall to the Burj Khalifa metro station. It takes 15 to 20 minutes to walk the length of it. We came later in the day so we could watch the sunset before heading back down to the mall. In this photo, you can see the marine area where we stayed, left arrow, and the islands of the Palm Jumeirah, right arrow. On the southeast side of the Burj is the Palace Downtown Hotel, the shorter buildings in the foreground. Directly west of the Burj is what's called the World, or the World Islands. It's an artificial cluster of small islands constructed in a similar shape of a world map. It's located approximately 2.5 miles from the coast, out in the Persian Gulf. South of the Burj is the Opera House. We watched as buses lined up at the end of the day. As the sun began to set, I took a picture to see how long the shadow of the Burj would reach. The left arrow points to the shadow tip. The right arrow points to the tip of a peninsula out on the Dubai Creek. I measured the distance. The blue arrow points to the shadow length and direction. The blue circle marks the tip of the peninsula. Using a Google map, you can see it's approximately 2 miles. The sunset was stunning. Here, the silhouettes of the islands of the Palm Jumeirah stood out. The Atlantis Hotel and its new neighbor sit at the edge nearest the sun. I think I heard the sun sizzle as it set for another day. This is our attempt at a selfie with the Dubai Mall on the right. Dubai Mall left, walkway and fountains in the blue area, and Palace Downtown Hotel to the right. As the sun set, the lights came out. Green laser lights flickered from the roof of the mall. At 6 p.m., the fountain show began. It lasted through one song, which was about 3 minutes, then it disappeared. We knew we had 30 minutes to make it to the ground floor to see the next fountain show, but it took us longer than that. As we exited the building, scale models showing the construction process lined the halls. We sat and ate mediocre pizza at a restaurant along the walkway. At 7 p.m., the show began again with an LED light show on the side of the Burj, coinciding with music and another fountain water show. Then again at 7:15 and for a couple of minutes, the side of the Burj would come alive with music and designs that changed with the beat. Every half hour and for the length of a song, different genres and styles, the fountains would go off. Then, at 15 minutes past the hour, the Burj would entertain us with lights and music for a very short time. The last show we saw was at 8:30. We knew it was time to get back to the hotel. A giant kite made of lights helped us find our way back to the metro walkway. We were back at the marina within the hour, happy to see the red lights of our hotel. This is the end of part 5 and our 6th day in Dubai. Stay tuned as our next episode covers Palm Jumeirah and our last day in Dubai. As always, thanks for watching and feel free to subscribe and give this video a like. Leave any questions or comments you have below.